All right, so on today's episode of Cooking with Brandon, we have a ASIC in the house. So this one is from Goldshell, and it's courtesy of Mr. Voskcoin. So Drew, thank you very much for this bad boy, and let's see if we can't cook it up. So as you guys know, I'm still very, I wouldn't say new to ASICs, but I'm green to ASICs. I only got a couple of them. I've never been sold on them. I wasn't ever a big investor in them, so let's see what this one does. Yeah, let's pop it open. Everything that comes in the box, and this was with the power supply. From what I understand, is you can buy it without the power supply, and it looks like a normal 6-pin plug. So I'm not sure if it is or not. Maybe I can get some clarification on that. And it will run off of 120 all the way up to 240 volt. So input is pretty good, and output is up to 300 watts. I believe this bad boy is like 200 and some. When we get over to the computer side of things, when we log into it, I'll actually find out the real wattage of this. But check out the like the daggone logoing and stuff on here. I thought it might have been a sticker, but it's actually etched in there. So that's really cool. Old daggone Voskcoin with the Doge on the moon and everything, and then on the other side, it's got a big, huge Voskcoin logo on there. And as for, like, I think it's just got these two little fans, and then the ASIC board inside there, power plug and Ethernet, and then a little reset switch of some kind. And there she is. So, first impressions, it's not very big. It's smaller than I thought it'd be. But yeah, let's see if it's loud. Let's go plug it in. So we're out here in the attached garage, and the cord that it actually ships with will not work over here in the US. I've never seen any plugs like that, so I imagine that's an overseas style plug. But on the other end, it's just a normal power cord. I believe that's a C14 or something like that. So I have a normal power cord right here, and a regular old plug that goes into a wall on this side. So this goes into that bad boy right there. All right, so it's plugged in. We're doing things and stuff. Now I am in my attached garage, so I don't have anything else running in here. It's just my router and modem. If this isn't too loud, I'm gonna leave it in here. But I just don't want a bunch of extra heat and that kind of things, because, you know, the wife and you guys know. Alright, so it's spooled up. I don't know if that's full speed. That's not bad. It's definitely not like my S9 or my L3. It's nowhere near that kind of loud. But we'll give it a minute and we'll go get logged into it. Check out the old branding. So, very cool. Alright, so now that we're on the computer, I wanted to show you guys me setting it up. So, I plugged it in there, power and Ethernet. And I did just check, and you can actually run it off of, it is a PCI Express 6-pin cable. So if you have a server power supply, if you have an ATX power supply, you can jump the 24-pin and plug that in there. Yeah, if you have any power supply with a PCI Express 6-pin, it should be good to go. We will look up the power usage and calculate profitability and stuff here in a second, but I got to get the thing running first. And I wanted to go back in there and see how loud it was under full load. So me flipping over here. All right, so I logged into my router. If you don't know how to do that, all you need to do is just look up your router. It'll show you how to get in. Most of them are like, people haven't changed the admin or password on them. Obviously, you should do that. That's probably one of the first things you need to do, is secure your network, but that's a whole other topic. So you log into your router, and then I looked, mine is under active DHCP leases, and you're going to look for the IP address, and for some reason the this thing shows up as QSDK. So then you take the address, which I have made into a funny address, and I marked out all the other ones. You take that address and you type it into a browser. Once you type that into a browser, it's going to give you this page. Hold on, let me get over to it. All right, so now from this point, you have typed your address into the top, the 192.168, whatever it is, dot, dot, dot. Enter, it'll bring you to a page like this. Then you need to unlock your miner. See, you go to the top right, you click unlock, and then right out of the gate, the username is admin, and the initial password is, like it says right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You hit unlock. Oh, Chrome found that password's been compromised. Imagine that. So now that the device says unlocked up here, you can go into system and change password if you want to. We don't need to do that. We can go into miner and then go all the way down, and we can click on add under pool settings. So once you go to add your Stratum TCP, we are going to be using F2 pool. So you can enter a custom pool URL in there, or it's actually already has F2 pools in there, which that's actually really cool. And then your username and password for that account. So I believe my username is just Brandon Coin, and gosh, what is I think it's I think that's it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Then we would just hit apply. So yeah, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And now we are going to change, or we're going to remove this pool. That's the one that it shipped with. I assume that's just something they use for testing. So we're going to remove that one, and the only one that is active now is my pool. So if we go over to the home screen and look, it'll fire back up and get back to mining. Looks like we're doing almost 200 mega hash, give or take, which is pretty cool. The average is at 103. Looks like it's firing back up online, so we'll give this thing a second. And while we do that, let's go over to f2pool.com. If you don't already have an account here, I use it just because it's simple, it works. It's a pretty big pool, so you get constant, they hit blocks very often, but you can use any pool you want to. Now you need to go over to F2 pool, and we're going to click on, we're on Litecoin. Then we're going to click on workers. And yeah, there it is. It's showing up already. It's showing up as 54 mega hash. That'll come up as time goes on. And then if you click on the home, it'll actually show you like a graph. I think it's been too soon. Hasn't been mining long enough, but the graph will come up and it'll show you your average mining speed. You can do it over 30 minutes or 1 day scales. You do have to enable Dogecoin mining on here. So if you go to account settings, mining settings, payout settings, you have to put in a Litecoin address, and then you have to put in a Dogecoin address. If you don't put those in, you won't get paid out in Litecoin or Dogecoin. So just know what you know. Then you can check on your revenue, and you can actually see my balance. My unpaid balance is 0.003. That's because I had mined on here with some like little USB miners and stuff like that in the past. And I do have a L3 Plus. That's my Litecoin payouts, and then down here in the bottom is the Dogecoin payout. So I was getting a little bit of Doge off that too. So I'm gonna let this bad boy run, and I guess I'll do an update like 24 hours or maybe 2 days from now to see the profitability. We can look up some estimated profitability by going to a Doge mining calculator. Right there we go. And we can go to an LTC mining calculator. All right, so on the Dogecoin mining calculator, we're going to put in 200. It might do more than that. I'm not sure. We're at 186. But we'll put in 200 because it was hitting that earlier. And let's actually look up, see, Goldshell mini Doge. So these bad boys are $6.99. I will share Voskcoin's link down below in the description. So if you do want a Voskcoin Goldshell miner, you can click on that and get the old hookup. But before we get too far along, where's the technical specs here? Here we go. So hash rate is actually 185 mega hash, so I'll adjust that. And power at the wall is 233 watts. So we're going to go back to our estimator, and 185, and it was 233. 233 watts. I pay 11 cents per kilowatt, and we're going to calculate mining profit. So it looks like right now it makes $2.22 a day in Doge, or 10.9 Doge per day, and that profit, or that comes out to $1.61 after electricity costs, because it costs 62 cents to run. So you get paid out in Litecoin and Doge, so we can put that 185 in. Power consumption we'll leave as 0 because we already took our power consumption out on the Doge end. You don't have to pay for power twice. And we'll put 11 cents per kilowatt hour, and that comes out to 68 cents a day. So $1.61, quick math here, $1.61 plus 68. This bad boy is profiting $2.29 a day after electric costs, and at 30 days, obviously rates do fluctuate, stuff goes up and down, so $68.70. And if this is a $699 unit, that's really close to like 10 months. 699 divided by 68, so a little over 10 months, give or take. Now, a lot of people are thinking that Doge will go up or Litecoin will go up. So obviously, if you mine Doge and Litecoin now and it goes up, your ROI is shorter. But on the flip side of things, if you mine Dogecoin and Litecoin now, and both of those or either one of those go down, your ROI can definitely get longer. So you got to think about both sides of that fence. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Ease of use, setup, all those kind of things. There's a lot of things that go into it. Now, as for running it in the house, let's check back in and go to the garage and see how loud it is and see how much heat it's putting off. 200 watts ain't bad. It says on Goldshell that the noise is less than or equal to 35 decibels. So let's see what that does. Let's see what the old decibels does. We're at 190 megahash average right now. I did notice if you go over to the miner, you can actually set it into a low power mode. So we'll try that. I want to get a full day of mining at full hash rate though, before I do any like low power or anything. Temperature's at 73.5 Celsius. That is in my attached garage, which is not air conditioned. And it's probably mid 80s in there, degrees Fahrenheit. So it's doing a good job of staying cool. It looks like the fan is running at full speed, 2,160 RPM. And we did get a little bit of hardware errors. I got 4, so 0.3%. Nothing to worry about there. All right, let's go jump outside and see what this thing's sounding like. All right, so standing right here, getting ready to walk into my garage. I can't even hear it, but I do see it blinking. So don't tell my wife, guys, because I'm not supposed to be mining in here, but we are mining. Wow, it's actually not loud at all. Is it running? Yeah, it is running. Oh, it pushes, okay, so it sucks air in from the front and pushes heat out the back. I mean, can the camera even pick up that amount of noise? These fans can definitely go higher than that. When I first turned it on, they were way louder. This power adapter, wow, that power adapter is kind of warm. Interesting. Well, if that does go out, I won't be buying a power adapter from them, because now that I know it is just a standard PCIe connection, I'll probably just plug a server power supply into there. But yeah, so 200 and some watts. I guess that's believable that you could pull 200 watts through a good PCIe connector, because heck, some of these new graphics cards are, you know, upwards of almost 300 watts. And yeah, I guess they're going through multiple PCIe connectors, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess maybe that's something I can test in the future. So yeah, as for noise ain't bad at all. So I'm gonna let it run for a little bit before I finish out the video. We'll go back in there and yeah, I guess I'm gonna let her just run in here. We're mining in the garage. Don't tell my wife. Welcome back inside, guys. That little bad boy is not making a ton of noise, which is good for people that are trying to mine inside. So it doesn't put off a ton of heat, only what, 200 watts worth. It's not loud, so it's not going to be annoying. And this was the link I was showing you, but the correct link is actually this one. So this is the Voskcoin link. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It's still $6.99 without a power supply, or $7.99 with a power supply. That's the one I got. But I would actually recommend just using a server power supply, or if you have an ATX power supply with a jumper, anything with the PCIe connection. Just I'd make sure it's a decent power supply, because this thing does, burn like 200 watts. Like I said earlier, I'm going to run this thing for a full maybe day or two to kind of figure out how it runs at the full hash rate, and then we'll do a follow-up running it in low hash power mode. But I was checking out the ASIC miner value website, and a lot of people compared these against the L3 Plus. So this is what I have, which is an older ant miner from Bitmain. It mines Litecoin, and you can also mine Doge with it. It's $4 a day. It burns 800 watts, and it's loud, puts off a ton of heat, almost 4 times the amount of heat, and it does 504 megahash. So it's actually not as efficient as the Goldshell, but it makes more per day because it's a bigger unit. Now these things are really, really expensive right now. I think if you go onto eBay, what's a L3 Plus going for? L3 Plus. Oh, excuse me. Oh goodness. Oh my God, they're $1,500, $1,200, $1,200. So L3 Plus is really, really expensive. But they do make more per day. They just definitely burn more per day. I mean, heck, this thing's burning $2 a day. It's burning $69 a month. Hey, $69. Which is a lot more when you compare it in the grand scheme of things. So, I mean, if you're looking for a Antminer or an ASIC to mine Doge and Litecoin, if you support those projects, do you go L3? Do you go mini Doge? I mean, I think there are more efficient L3s, like the L3 Plus Plus. It's 580 megahash, but it's 942 watts. So you're still running into an issue of having very, very high wattage. So if you could get these gold shells for $6.99, it may not be a bad deal, especially if you're just getting started into mining and you want to run it in your house. And I mean, the real thing is if you don't pay for power, this little bad boy right here is almost $3 a day. $2.22 plus 68 cents. You're looking at $2.90 a day. So not bad at all. Hold on one second. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry. All right, sorry about that. I had a quick little phone call there, guys. So almost $3 a day. So that changes your ROI time to, let's see here, what we're at. $2.90 times 30 days, $87 a month. And they were what, 700 bucks divided by 87. So you're still looking at 8 months. Now, if you think, like I said earlier, if you believe in Doge and Litecoin, this may be the miner for you. If not, then you may want to look out for some GPUs. I guess I'll be doing some videos here in the next couple days, maybe after one full day, and then give it a week, and then we'll test out the low mining version, or not version, but setting, low power setting. Figured that'd probably be a good idea. Yeah. It's like I'm over on the dark side. The GPU miners are like, ASICs, But I mean, to be honest, like I've always had like 1 or 2 ASICs chilling, just because you kind of like can set them and forget them. They just run. You know what I'm saying? They just do that thing. So getting them for the right price is obviously the best thing. Just like GPUs. Don't go overpay. Don't go spend double MSRP. Really don't even try not to spend much over MSRP, because you spend double MSRP, you just got to mine for that much longer before you can ever like break even on it. And you know what? I'm going to apologize to you guys out there. I trigger a lot of people because I say ROI, and return on investment is not actually the correct term. It's break even point, or BEP. So when have you beeped? You know what I'm saying? When have you beeped? That's what people are wondering. When do I beep on this? Am I ever going to beep on that? Is it going to beep? Is it not going to beep? Is it going to beep fast? Yes, that's the key here. So I always say ROI. It's not ROI. It's beep. Oh yeah, and before I get off here, one of the inherent risks of buying ASIC miners, and I did want to tell this to people, especially new guys, these ASIC miners, whenever the market goes down and profitability goes down and they're not making a lot of money, resale value goes in the toilet. I mean, down, 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 way, way, way deep down in there, down in the toilet. Um, for example, I bought my L3 Plus, which are going for over $1,000 right now. I bought my L3 Plus for $0. It was actually given to me because one of the hash boards is dead. The Technicals was another YouTube channel. At the time, L3 Pluses were going for $50 to $80 in perfect working condition. He had this one, it had some issues. He was like, I'll just send it to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. L3 Pluses made no money in the downturn. At least they didn't make money. That's because Litecoin was so cheap. They burned so much power. Obviously, if you would have mined some and held through that, you know, and it went up, you did good. But nobody knows. Nobody's a mind reader. We ain't magicians up in here. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I did a good, unbiased video. I feel like I'm slightly biased because I didn't buy it. But oh yeah, thanks again, Vosk, for sending that over. So not very many people send me stuff because I kind of tell the truth about it. But hey, if you want to, I'll send you a message again if you ever get any more stuff, or if you need me to send this thing back, I can do that after a week or two of testing. I don't know. You didn't ever message me back, so I don't know like if that's a thing. Do I need to send it back? Is that a normal thing? I'm not used to getting stuff for free. Yeah. Okay, this is the part of that video. This is the time in the video where like the video's over, but I keep talking. And it's kind of awkward. I guess like the video, um, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. You know, I've joined the side of the Sith. Ha ha ha. Jedi is not the way. Okay, I'm getting off here. So I'm weird.